Okay, let's look at what a manifesto is. So you're gonna, my hat's not straight. I look weird in this video. There we go. A manifesto is a public declaration of intentions, opinions, objectives, or motives. So it's a short little essay that you're writing in which you are going to assert your primarily probably opinion about what you think theater practitioners need to do today. Write a manifesto describing what the theater as an institution must do in order to regain/retain its position as the most socially, politically, personally influential dramatic medium. Might as well just say regain. I think we can all agree that retaining this position is really not what we're doing. I don't think anyone in their heart of hearts can really say that theater is still the most relevant dramatic medium today. There are so many, and film has been the dominant one, arguably still is, for many years. So you're going to tell us, tell theater practitioners, tell everybody, what must theater do in order to become a socially, politically, personally relevant form of expression? Consider what it's currently doing, what it currently does successfully, as well as what it might stop doing or begin doing. Your task is to prescribe one specific course of action that theater practitioners must take. Specifically, what is the most important thing that theaters must do to, the more specific it is, the better. And I can't underestimate this. I can't overestimate this too much. You're giving us a course of action. Sometimes what I get in this little paper is people describing what the theater does, describing the great things about theater, and then saying we should capitalize on that. Well, that's not really a specific course of action. The crafting an argument is why writing exercises are so good. You have to have a position, tell us something that we need to do, and justify it. So everyone's manifesto is going to be very different from another's. One person might say we need to do this, and another person might say we need to do the opposite. So it's up to you. Every opinion is relevant. The grading, of course, comes in the specifics and the minutia, but you know, if your assertion is that theater needs to be performed all nude, okay, great, go for it. Just justify why. As with any essay, the points are earned, the argument is crafted in the why. So tell us why you think that. I'm sure that will be delightful to see on the most part, but not sure that that's really what we want. So how's this thing graded? It needs to be only between 300 and 400 words. Again, that's not long. All my writing assignments are extremely concise. As I've explained before, it's an exercise in what might be called business writing. I encourage you to write for twice that length and then go back and cut out all the fluff. People don't read things today, and when they are forced to read things, they want them to be short and to the point and full of useful, relevant information. So that's what this is an exercise in doing. The word length is important. I've gotten quite a few papers that are like 900 words long. They're like, oh, I just couldn't stop myself. Well, I'm sorry, you're not following the guidelines, so that's not a passing grade. Following directions will get you very far in life, so please do that. There you go. The manifesto must contain 10 esoteric vocabulary words from class. Esoteric means understood or meant for only the select few who have a special knowledge, and that is you, my friend. So use vocabulary words that you didn't know before you got to this course. Use vocabulary words that really express a conceptual or a theoretical or an in-depth understanding of what the theater does and how it does it. If you use simple vocabulary words such as acting, director, staging, those kind of things, each one of them will get a 5-point deduction. So these vocabulary words should express concepts and complex ideas about what the theater is. Please put those vocabulary words in bold and caps, or somehow let me know these are the words you're using. Let me do say that once upon a time I assigned 15 vocabulary words, and I came to realize that that actually encouraged fluff. In a paper this short, it was difficult to pack in 15 esoteric vocabulary words without sticking in some filler. So now I'm grading very strictly because you only need to use 10 and they need to be awesome words. So that's why the very specific 5-point deduction for words that just aren't up to par. Again, please do not use this word. It drives me crazy. The purpose of the manifesto is to express your knowledge and personal opinions about what is possible for the future of the theater as informed by course content. Let me repeat that, as informed by course content. This is the final project, the final paper. So you need to show off what you've learned in this class. That doesn't mean that you describe things, you're simply referring to how the potential in devised theater is great. You don't have to describe, 2 of the companies from videos that we watched in class that use devised theater. If you are really using the vocabulary words correctly and effectively, I will know that you have absorbed the course content. As always, they're graded along these lines, so take a look at that if you haven't already, or better yet, remind yourself about that. Man, I was in a bad mood when I wrote this. So don't use that. Paste the manifesto in the text box or attach it as a Word or PDF. Please do not send me a link once again. Definitions of this document come from this, so I'm not plagiarizing today. So yeah, this should be an enjoyable assignment. Most importantly, it gives you the opportunity to reflect on what you've learned. And I am truly interested in your opinions. Part of the reason I created this assignment because I am a theater practitioner. I direct professionally and I perform professionally. I want to know what young, and that can mean many ages, I want to know what people today think about the theater and what they think that I and other people I work with should be doing to make theater more relevant. We are competing with so many different options, be it, on our phones, on our watches, on our computers, and not to mention TVs and movie theaters. What does the theater need to do to attract more audiences is maybe something I didn't say explicitly through here, but if it's going to be socially, politically, personally relevant, we've got to get more audiences to come see the shows. So yeah, so this is what it is. As usual, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm more than happy to make sure you succeed in this assignment. I would encourage you not to just write out a list of things. That does not give you the opportunity to craft a specific argument. That tends to fall in the trap of not prescribing one specific action to take. That becomes a list of, oh, these are the things that I think. The shows that you saw this term should greatly contribute to this. How relevant were they to you? If they were, great. Then reinforce what they did. And if they weren't, prescribe a new course of action, because that's what it's all about. So let me know how it goes. Thanks. Bye.